Some art holds more than beauty. It holds fear. Today, we uncover the story of the Anguished Man, a painting that refuses to be forgotten.
Art is usually a window into the soul. It captures beauty, landscapes, or the subtle expressions of love. But sometimes, art is a cage. Sometimes the canvas doesn't hold paint, it holds pain. There is a painting in the United Kingdom that has never been sold, never been hung in a museum, and never been fully explained. It is a crude, distorted portrait of human suffering, and the red hue you see on the canvas, that isn't vermilion or crimson oil paint. It is human blood. The blood of the artist who created it. And moments after the final stroke was applied, that artist took his own life. This is the story of Sean Robinson, an attic in Cumbria, and one of the most haunted objects in existence, the Anguished Man. For 25 years, the painting lay hidden. It was wrapped in heavy blankets and shoved into the corner of an attic owned by Sean Robinson's grandmother. She was a woman who didn't scare easily, but this object, it terrified her. She told Sean that she could hear the man in the painting screaming at night. She told him that she saw a dark figure pacing the room. But when she passed away, the heirloom, if you can call it that, passed to Sean. Sean was a skeptic. He brought the painting home to his house in Cumbria, England. He lived there with his wife and son. To him, it was just a creepy curiosity, a conversation piece with a macabre backstory. Despite his wife's hesitation, he decided to retrieve it from the cellar where he initially placed it and hang it in a spare bedroom. He wanted to see the brushstrokes. He wanted to see the blood. The painting itself is disturbing to look at. It depicts a bald, skull-like figure. The mouth is agape in a silent, eternal scream. The eyes are hollow, missing sockets that seem to stare at nothing and everything simultaneously. The texture is rough, the oil mixed with the artist's vital fluids, creating a surface that feels biological. It was painted by an unknown artist who, according to family lore, poured his entire mental collapse into this single work. Almost immediately after the painting was exposed to the air of the house, the atmosphere shifted. It started subtly, a drop in temperature, a feeling of being watched. The family dog, who was usually playful, would refuse to go upstairs. He would stand at the bottom of the steps, growling at the empty landing, the fur on his back standing straight up. Animals always know before humans do. Then the sounds began. It wasn't just creaking floorboards, it was sobbing. Sean began to hear crying in the middle of the night, a soft guttural weeping coming from the spare room. When he would go to investigate, the room would be empty, but the air would be freezing cold. His wife felt something brush her hair while she was in bed. But the terrifying escalation happened when Sean's son, then just a young boy, started seeing things. The boy reported seeing a shadow man, a tall, dark figure standing at the foot of the stairs, or sometimes standing right next to the bed. This wasn't a child's nightmare. This was a consistent, detailed description of a black mass that absorbed the light around it. The grandmother's warning was coming true. Evil lives in it. Sean Robinson decided he needed proof. If he was going crazy, he needed to know. If he wasn't, he needed to document it. In 2011, he set up a video camera in the spare bedroom, pointed directly at the Anguished Man. He uploaded the footage to YouTube. The internet exploded. The videos are chilling, not because of Hollywood special effects, but because of their mundanity. In one clip, the door to the bedroom, which Sean insists was latched, slowly swings shut. In another, you hear a loud, metallic crash, and the camera captures a solid object falling, despite no one being in the room. But the most famous clip focuses on the painting itself. In one time-lapse video, many viewers claim the painting changes. The jaw seems to drop lower. The eyes seem to shift. Is this a trick of the light? Is it pixelation? Or is the oil and blood mixture actually moving? Skeptics ripped the footage apart, claiming hitting strings or wind drafts. But Sean stood by his story. He wasn't trying to sell the painting. He wasn't asking for money. He was asking for help. The most disturbing evidence, however, isn't visual. It's the smoke. In one recording, after a particularly loud bang, a strange, mist-like smoke seems to emanate from the floor beneath the painting. There was no fire, no dry ice, just a sudden ectoplasmic haze that lingered for seconds before vanishing. It's hard to fake that kind of physics on a home camcorder budget. The activity reached a breaking point one rainy Tuesday evening. Sean was downstairs when he heard a massive crash, like a body falling. He ran upstairs to the spare room. The painting was still on the wall, but the room was trashed, objects knocked over, and on the wall next to the painting were 3 distinctive scratch marks, not in the wallpaper but gouged into the plaster. That night, Sean had a dream, or perhaps a vision. He saw the artist. He saw the moment of the suicide. He felt the overwhelming grief and anger that the man felt as he slit his wrists and let the blood drip into the paint can. Sean woke up sweating, screaming, clutching his chest. He realized then that the painting isn't just haunted, it's a battery. It holds the kinetic energy of a suicide, playing it back on a loop. His wife had enough. The painting was threatening the sanctity of their home. It was terrorizing their child. It was physically manifesting scratches and bruises on Sean's body. They made a decision. The painting had to go. But you can't just throw something like this in the trash. You can't burn it. Superstition says burning a cursed object releases the entity. So Sean did the only thing he could.
He took the Anguished Man down. He wrapped it back in the heavy blankets. He took it to the basement, the deepest, darkest part of his property, and locked it away. He has refused offers from paranormal museums. He has turned down private collectors offering thousands of pounds. He keeps it, not because he wants it, but because he is its warden.
Why are we so obsessed with objects like this? The Annabelle doll, the Dybbuk box, the Anguished Man. Perhaps it's because they serve as physical proof of the afterlife. If this painting is real, then death is not the end. If the blood on that canvas holds a soul, then we are more than just biology. But if it's a hoax, then it's a masterpiece of modern folklore. Parapsychologists have suggested the stone tape theory regarding the painting, the idea that intense emotional events, like a suicide, can be recorded onto physical objects. The oil paint, the canvas, the blood, they act as a cassette tape. When the environment is right, the tape plays. The crying, the screaming, the scratching. It's a recording of a tragedy that refuses to fade. Today, the painting remains locked away. Sean Robinson still updates the world occasionally, but the activity has quieted down since the painting was isolated. However, he warns that whenever he touches it, whenever he considers bringing it out for a documentary or a test, the activity spikes. The Shadow Man returns. The crying starts again. It is a dormant volcano waiting to erupt. We may never know the name of the artist who mixed his life with his art, We may never know if the scratching noises are ghosts or floorboards, but we do know one thing. Some doors are better left closed, and some paintings are better left unseen. Some doors are better left closed. If you liked this video, like and subscribe for more. And remember, the shadows are always watching. Good night.